I keep them? Wait. I got it, Mr. Richards.
Okay.
So like once you have all that checked, I also need the 3D Eclipse Gizmo resubmit our
Yeah, I just cleared yours, so you can just take it again.
mint.
Okay, you're free to work at your own pace on that 10-question test. Otherwise, I will read the questions. So if you want to wait and for me to read them, that's fine. If you don't want to wait, just probably turn the volume down.
I don't know how to read.
Okay, well, I'm going to read it to you. It's okay.
Mr. Richards,
Yes.
Corbin is done with his 2.6 redo.
Corbin
Mr.
is done with his 2.6 redo. Okay, hold on.
How many questions are there?
10.
Mr. Richards, do you want us to, when we're done, I'm not done yet, but when we're done, if we're ahead of you, do you want us to leave the class? Or do
Yeah,
you
just
want-
click the little hand, and yeah, then you can leave the class.
Okay.
Okay, Corbin, I'm going to send you the link here.
How are we supposed to hand it in?
The class kick test,
Yeah.
the upper right-hand corner, the little hand, just click I'm done, or please check, or something like that.
Okay.
Okay, Corbin, I'm going to send you the link here. And I'm going to start reading the test.
Wait. I don't know how to read. You gotta wait for me.
Well, get ready, because here I go.
You didn't even send it to me. How am I supposed to do it?
The link?
Yes. I cannot take tests without tests. So
That's interesting. Are you sure? It says, oh, never mind. No, I didn't send it to you. Okay, Kason, I'm sending it to you now.
there you go. I got a 4 out of 5.
All right, 8th grade final test, question number 1. Again, if you don't want to follow my pace, then you can mute me. Hi, there might be some hints given away, so it might be advantageous for you to wait. But number 1, Letitia is a space scientist who made this diagram of the moon and Earth as seen from above. With sunlight coming from the left, see the arrows here, as shown by the arrows, what does Letitia's diagram show that is brighter? Why does it show that it's brighter on the left half of the moon? Why does it show that it's brighter on the left half of the moon? Choice A, because Letitia's diagram is showing that the half of the moon that is facing the sun is lit by the sun, the other half is dark. B, because the moon has some light colored rock and some dark colored rock. And Letitia's diagram is showing that the half of the moon with the light colored rock has rotated to the left. C, because as the moon gets closer to the sun, more of it's lit by the sun. So Letitia's diagram is showing sunlit on half of the moon. And D, because there's a shadow from Earth falling on half of the moon, and Letitia's diagram is showing the shadow on the right half of the moon. There's really only one reasonable answer here. The other ones are pretty hogwash. So hopefully you get that one right. I have only one question on that one.
Yeah, can you repeat the answer really quick?
All the answer choices?
Yeah, just the answer. No, just
The
the
answer
answer
choices?
one, like the correct
All
answer.
the answer choices? So the answer choices
No,
were
not all of
A, because Letitia's diagram
not
is
all
showing
of
that half of the moon that's
Listen
facing
to me.
the sun is lit by the sun and the other half is
No.
dark. B,
I think
because
you're
the moon
confused.
has some light colored rock and some dark colored rock. C, because the moon gets closer, it's going to be more lit. Or D, because the Earth's shadow falls on the moon. Now, I knew exactly what you meant, but no. Okay, question number 2. Okay, this person went outside and made 2 observations of the moon that were several days apart. Her observations are shown in the diagram above. The light part of the moon appeared to get larger over time. See how it goes from a crescent to a half moon. Why did this happen? Because the first observation and the second observation, the moon moved so that Tanya was able to see more of the half that faces the sun. B, between the first and second observation, the moon moved closer to the sun. C,
Mr. Richards, is it okay if I turn my camera off because I'm doing it by myself now? Or do I need to keep it on?
Why don't you just turn your volume down?
Okay.
C, between the first observation and the second observation,
My
the
part of
moon
the moon appears
rotated
to get larger over
so
time.
that
Why
more
is
of the
that?
light colored rock on the moon's
What do you
surface
think
faced
it
the
is?
Earth.
Rotation.
Stop talking. Or D, between the first and second observation, Earth's shadow moved and was blocking less of the moon. Again, there's only one real reasonable choice there. You certainly realize it's not the Earth's shadow by this time. So cross off choice D. Doesn't have anything to do with the color of rock. So now cross off choice C. And now you just have A and B to worry about. Question number 3. The diagram shows Earth and Moon in different positions as seen from above. Sunlight's coming from the left, but these diagrams do not show what parts of Earth or the moon are light or dark. Could the half of the moon that faces Earth ever be completely dark in any of these diagrams? So the half of the moon here that faces the Earth, could it be completely dark? Could it be completely dark? Could it be completely dark? Answer A, no. The moon is always lit by the sun. B, yes, always in diagrams 2 and 3, but never in diagram 1. So is it possible for them to be all dark in 2 and 3, but never in choice 1? Choice C, yes, always in diagrams 2 and 3, but never in diagrams, no, always in diagram 2, but never in diagrams 1 or 3. So in diagram 2, all dark, 1 and 3, we'd still see the moon. Or yes, always in diagrams 2 and sometimes in diagrams 3. So how could it be sometimes? Maybe something about eclipses. So again, there's really only 2 reasonable choices there. So please cross off choice A and B.
Mr. Richards,
Yes.
since I got done, can I leave now.
Okay, this is the deal. If you've decided to go on your own pace, and you've done that, hopefully a wise decision on your part. If
Mr.
you don't do
Richards.
well on this test, then you will have class next week
Mr. Richards.
to retake this test.
Mr. Richards.
Yes.
So when we're done, do we please check or please help?
No, please check.
Okay, and then I guess you have to check it and stuff. So once we do that, can we leave?
Yes. And then again, if you don't do well on this and you've gone at your own pace, you're going to have class next week to retake the test.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
See ya. Okay, number 4. How does light travel? Choice A, light travels in straight lines only. B, light travels like a river where there's an open path. Wow, we never need a bendable flashlight then. C, light travels in unpredictable ways. Or D, it depends. If the light's bright enough, it can change directions. So, yeah, no. Light from a flashlight always goes straight. So use your, common sense on number 4. Okay, number 5. Shira looked up one night and saw a full moon. How long will it be before she can see a full moon again? About a week? About a month? There's no way to tell. Or it could be 2 weeks or a month, depending on what time of year it is. Okay, so it doesn't depend on what time of year it is. And of course, there's a way to tell. So again, do you think phases of the moon rotate in like a week or in a month? Choice A and B would be the reasonable ones. Number 6, 3 students made those diagrams to show what they think the moon looks like when it's seen from above. In these diagrams, the sunlight is coming from the left. Which diagram is accurate and why? So you'll see on A, the moon is all lit. On B, it's all lit. On C, only half that faces the sun is lit. So choice A, diagrams A is accurate because the whole moon is bright. B, diagram B is accurate because the moon is almost as close as it can be to the sun. No. Choice C, diagram C is accurate because half of the moon that's facing the sun is lit, the other half is dark. Or choice D, they're all right. Again, look at the diagrams. There's no way that light can, light up the whole moon. Okay, number 7. A student astronomer went out and took photographs of the moon that were several days apart. Images that look like her photograph are shown here. The light part of the moon appeared to be getting smaller over time. Here it's a full moon. Here it's a waning crescent or waning gibbous. Oh, why did this happen? Between the first photograph and the second photograph, the moon moved farther away from the sun, so less sunlight reached it. Choice B, between the first photograph and the second paragraph, Earth moved, so its shadow was blocking more of the moon. C, between the first photograph and the second photograph, the moon rotated so that less of the light-colored rock on the moon's surface faced the Earth. There's that rock thing again. It's not going to make a difference. Or D, between the first photograph and the second photograph, the moon moved so that the student astronomer was able to see less of the half that faces the sun. So again, only one real reasonable question there. We don't care how far the moon is away from the sun. And the Earth only blocks the moon on like an eclipse. So.
Bye, Mr. Richards.
Okay, fare thee well.
I probably failed, so I'll be back next week.
Oh, you should have waited for me then.
Oh yeah, I still haven't submitted. Yeah, I did. Dang it. All right, bye.
Okay, question number 8. The diagrams above show Earth and the Moon in different positions, as seen from above. Sunlight is coming from the left, but these diagrams do not show what part of the Earth or Moon are light or dark. Could the half of the Moon that faces Earth ever be completely dark in any of these diagrams? So the half that faces the Earth ever be completely dark? Well, here we know to see a full moon, but sometimes an eclipse happens. There's no anything could block that thing, right? This one's gonna always be dark, isn't it? And then C, it's gonna be a phase of the moon. So A, no, the moon's always lit by the sun. That's a throw out. B, yes, always in diagram 1 and 2, but never in diagram 3. Okay, always, we don't like that word. Always and never, stay away from those. So let's look at choice C and D. Got to be one of those two. So choice C, yes, always in diagram 2, but never in diagrams 1 or 3. Or D is the opposite of that. Yes, always in diagram 2 and sometimes in diagram 1. Well, and again, what we talked about in 1 is this is the arrangement that happens if we had an eclipse. So yeah, C or D. Got to be one of those. Again, this doesn't have a never. We don't like the word never. So I think that's a throw out on C. Okay, number 9. Which of these things is true about the moon? The moon is always moving around the Earth in a circle. B, the moon is always in the same position in the sky. C, the moon is always moving in many changing patterns. So it doesn't always go from full moon to first quarter to, it doesn't follow any kind of pattern. So throw out C. Or D, the moon is always moving back and forth, kind of like a yo-yo. It bounces from horizon to horizon. So C and D are throwouts. So which things has to be true? A, moon's always moving around the Earth in a circle, or does it always stay in the same spot? Okay, if it always stayed in the same spot, we'd never have a lab on moonrise and moonset. So hopefully the answer is apparent, number 9. Okay, number 10, someone said that light bent around a corner to reach an object. Is this possible? No, light travels in straight lines only. B, light's like a river. No, it's not. C, maybe light's unpredictable. Or D, yes, if the light's bright enough, it can change direction. So it's kind of the same question we had before. Think about your flashlight. It does not go around in curves.
Yeah, but say like the flashlight, the experiment we did with the mirror?
Yeah.
Would that change anything or what?
No, because the mirror just bounces it. It still stays in a straight line.
Okay.
Do you want to repeat any of these questions at all?
No, I'm good.
You're good?
Yep.
All right. Well, fare thee well, Taylor.
Yep, see ya.
Yep.